is Kenya. The second seeds here, silver medalist Vancouver up against the favourites, the gold medalists from Vancouver, South Africa. Here are their last 5 meetings. Kenya actually beat South Africa in Hamilton last year, although overall the head-to-head is imposing in South Africa's favour. Nelson Oyo and Saviwe Soyuzwapi lead out their teams out here onto the Commonwealth Stadium. Look to number 3, Alvin Otieno, to get the go forward. William Bucker, Billy Odhiambo, Jeffrey Olawach. No lack of experience in this Kenya Sevens outfit. They're powerful. They love to keep the ball alive. But they are staring down the barrel of this lot, who beat them 38-5 in the gold medal match last week.
Well, this Kenyan team built like oaks, and the bright smile on his face is going to be absolutely pivotal in how this interpretation is going to go. The one line against Kenya is always about a bit of man test, just because of how hard they run at you. But these South Africans, albeit diminutive, they're like lumberjacks. They chop down trees all day.
It's a repeat of the Vancouver Cup final. Selwyn Davids, who missed that event, gets us underway with a high kick. Tapped down by Mornay Duplessis, and Davids is onto it like a flash, cuts inside and offloads to Mornay Duplessis. That is his 8th try here in Edmonton. It did not take them long.
The crowd are loving it. The Sevens world are loving it. And this restart, it nearly hit the Jumbotron. 3.5 seconds of height, and then it's a contest on the floor. You're not going to react faster than these Blitzboks. It's like they're trained and attuned to see a rugby ball wherever it may well be. So with Davids, a point-scoring machine, not far behind him. With this try-scoring machine, you combine those two, the points are going to rack up.
It was Angelo Davids last week who picked up 10 for South Africa. He's missed this event with a knock. In comes Selwyn Davids. Conversion doesn't make it. 8 for Duplessis. 5-0 South Africa. 5:50 to go in the first half. Another high kick. Zane Davids on the chase, but lifted is Nelson Oyo, the Kenyan captain. They bring it down safely. Here's William Bucker. Plays his rugby in St. Petersburg in Russia these days, is William Bucker. Alvin Otieno loves a handoff. Might be different against these South Africans, though. Remember, they went down 24-0 at half-time in the Cup final last week. Kenya, they want to avoid the same fate here. They never quite recovered in that game. Looking for some possession here, over the head slightly of Otieno. Amunga with a slightly dangerous pass. Here's Olawach, who was excellent in the quarter-final. Heavy tackle on him from Soyuzwapi.
Just caught him high. Initial
little
contact
high
here,
is
then
the
slipped
call.
up.
And that's where timing's really crucial to these South African players. I said about how small they are compared to the Kenyans.
Time off, green
You've
one,
got to hit hard, but the timing's got to be right. I mean, that's fortunate, perhaps, to not be looked at a little bit more extensively, because if there is direct contact to the head, your starting point is a red. Adam Leal knows that, and the fact that he's holding his nose suggests that there was contact.
South Africa have won 23 of the last 25 against Kenya on the 7 World Series. First semi-final between these two, and 61 previous games between them.
So there's a lot of body to hit there, but that is shoulder on head. And Olawach wasn't necessarily dipping much to make it mitigate.
Soyuzwapi, the captain, picked up his 100th try in the quarter-final earlier today. Here's Olawach. Gets past. Didn't see that. Still at the wrong end of the field, though, Kenya. Here's Herman Humwa. runs right through Sawyer's Wapi, offloads to Mbaka. Holding on, releasing to Nelson Oyu. All the players on this narrow side of the field here. That ball's come out. Makata wants a piece of it. Thinks better of it. Follow watch. Mbaka. Being stripped by Duplessis brilliantly. And here's Ronald Brown. Chopped to the floor by Otieno. Ball's gone forward. Into the hands now of Billy Odhiambo. He offloads. Furious stuff here in the Men's Cup semi-final. There's an offload to Otieno. Coming in for the hit was Sako Makata. That's a fair fight between those two. And then the penalty to South Africa. JC Pretorius wins the steal and they're off to the races. Here's Siviwe Sawyer's Wapi. Will scoot away for South Africa through 100 tries. And that's tough to take for Kenya. They were making the play there. One turnover, try at the other end.
Well, there's a few things that are tough to take. This is top end on the physicality spectrum, as you always see with these two teams going at each other. The adage in rugby is a good big one will always go ahead of a good small one, but when you hit as hard as the big ones, this South African team really are exceptional. Flyweights with heavyweight punches, physios, clear your schedules. There's a coming in thick and fast. And I'm not sure who wins these collisions really, because both of them come off pretty heavy. And then Sawyer's Wapi, as you mentioned, seeing that signal, seeing that chance, finishing for the score.
It's a good indication of the all-round game of South Africa, that, isn't it? Without the ball, he might give away half a line break. They come in with the heavy artillery. And then the aerial game there from JC Pretorius, who, remember, came up with the steal to get possession. Here's Selwyn Davids. He sees an opening right through the middle. Decides to kick into the hands of Ronald Brown. He's been tackled in the air, but how on earth did Davids get that kick away?
Well, like you mentioned, they got all court game, these guys. You think they're going to carry it, you think they offload, and then somehow, with Nelson Oyo on him like a backpack, he puts it on the left foot, and again, another situation where he's lucky to not be further penalties against him. Tackled in the air, usually a real red flag for referees' discipline because of the actions that can occur from it.
Excellent replays being brought to you from our team in the VT truck as we carry on 12-0. South Africa leading Kenya, 1:40 to go in this first half. Kenya can't afford to concede more points here. Ronald Brown beats one, beats two, and then runs into a hard shoulder. Pretorius. He's chopped to the floor by Humwa. Duplessis cut out ball to Sawyer's Wapi. Sawyer's Wapi has his second. The Blitzbox skipper scores their third.
And it's once again a showcase of just sensational sevens from the Blitzbox, time and time again. The significance of this game is monumental. They win this game, they win the series. A team of only 4 that have ever won the HSBC World 7 Series. And as it stands at this moment, they're looking almost untouchable out here in Canada.
Yeah, Sawyer's Wapi shows his appreciation for his inspiration and the attitude as well. So 19-0 now to the Blitzbox. World Series champions 2017, backed it up in 2018 after finishing second for 4 straight years, but they are now on their way to a third all-time World Series title. Oyu. Otieno.
Is backwards and enough to
Gone backwards. This works out for Kenya. It's William Bucker. William Bucker, he's got support inside. David's coming across and Bucker gets away with him. Offload out the back. Flicked on. It's going to be a try for Kenya. And the crowd
celebrations. Well, I'd say that moment's got the party started, but if I'm honest, the Kenyans never stop partying in that corner. They're electric, as are their players. The passion that this nation have for rugby is brilliant. They go through their hardships, but my word, they don't half entertain. Many had written them off in this game, but this lifeline at the end of this half may well be challenging the stakes of this South African title, but that's exactly what this game, this tournament, this series needed. Kenyan score.
Amunga adds the extra two. We will go to the break with a cracking second half to look forward to. 19-7, South Africa lead Kenya. Okay, a little earlier, Great Britain booked their place in the gold medal match. Let's hear from one of their stars.
Luke Traherne, GB captain, a hard-fought battle there in the semi-final. You got to be happy with your team.
100%. We knew it was going to be a real tough challenge. Coming on that semi-final, home crown for Canada, and just the way they play with all that stepping and offloading, we knew it was going to be a tricky game. So happy to come away with the win.
And I've got to ask you, Kenya and South Africa taking the field here, two teams you know very well. Any preference for you in the final?
No preference, really. I think it's going to be an incredible game. It's going to be very physical, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see who comes out on top.
And any extra emotion, just last time maybe some of you lads are wearing the GB uniform on the series?
Yeah, it's been a pretty special journey, even for us boys that didn't make it into the Olympics. Just the whole camp after kind of losing your jobs and not playing on the World Series, coming together as a GB team, boys you normally play against. It's been a special environment, so we're going to enjoy the final.
Great shot. Best of luck in the final.
Cheers. Thanks so much. Cheers.
So Great Britain are through to the cup final. Who will join them? South Africa still in pole position. 3 first half tries, 19-7, but Kenya have given themselves a chance. Reason to stay positive for Kenyan fans here in Edmonton. Try to Olowatch just before the break, converted, 19-7. And Kenya will get us restarted with a long, deep kick into the hands of Sawyers Wapi, who has a double for his team, and there's a forward pass.
Good position.
Davids to Du Plessis. That could have been try at the other end. It'll be a scrum to Kenya.
Well, it was called from the assistant referee on this near side, Neil Powell, as he often does, perhaps protesting. Didn't look forward by any stretch. The fact that he stays so far in front of it, slightly unfortunate for the blitz box, but either way,
Crouch.
decision's made. And now Kenyans
Bind.
set to try
Set.
to claw back this deficit.
No on the blind side for South Africa, although they do go open Kenya. Here's OU, who scored a cracking try in the Singapore Cup final they won several years ago. Their only title on the World Series. That was the last time Kenya reached a cup final. It's a penalty to South Africa, though. Zane Davids involved.
Like a dog with a treat when they see the ball on the floor, South Africa, straight over it. Zane Davids, highly competitive, and one of the few that probably matches the physicality of these Kenyans in terms of pound for pound weight. The big man for the blitz box. He will thrive in moments like this. The tackle was made, so is Wapi.
Just hold him a
And then
second,
as soon
mate.
as he's over it,
Hold
the
him a second,
clear
mate.
release
Come on,
from
please.
Davids. 2 men on him. Oyo not able to do anything about it.
He was the South
Okay,
African
time out.
under-20s number 8 back in 2016 and 15s. To make a starting back row in that team, you've got to know what you're doing on a rugby field.
Remember watching him, he was like a rock star in the 15s game, just doing what he wants.
Sevens is his game now. Here's Du Plessis. Switch of direction back to Ronald Brown. He's given himself a bit of depth. Flat pass to Makata on his opposite number, Otieno. Oosthuizen. On an angled run here is Muller, Du Plessis. And it opens up like the Red Sea for Du Plessis. He has another try here in Edmonton. That is 9 for the tournament.
Well, this impressive effort, claimed at the top of the height of the line-out for Mustaizen, and then the passing you'd expect to be accurate. Turbo mode from Duplessis.
South African try, scored by number 12, Mulder Duplessis. First by number 7, Ronald Brown, it's good. Score, South Africa 26.
He was part of that young South African side that played at the Hong Kong Sevens in 2018 when most of the frontliners were preparing for the Commonwealth Games, and he was a standout star there, and he has been awesome this weekend. He's now jumps ahead of Max McFarland, and can he join Angelo Davis with 10 tries for the tournament? Might even beat that. Zane Davids hacks it ahead for the blitz box. Beats everybody over the end line in the end. Well, at 19-0, we were talking about South Africa being series winners-elect. I think at 26-7, we can have the same conversations.
Yeah, very much the case. That has been earned. Just 8 tries across the two tournaments against them.
Scrum, kick
just as impressive without the ball as with it. And Neil Powell's got to be looking at this team thinking we're in a good place. We've got youth, we've got a bit of experience.
You kicked it through, so advantage was over. Don't go early, please, okay? Keep your foot down until it's in.
8 times South Africa being runners-up in the series.
Set.
Second for 4 straight years. They've won 2 titles. No Fiji, New Zealand, Argentina, Australia here at this event. Of course, unable to travel during the pandemic from the Southern Hemisphere, or from their part of it. But
use it!
Nothing away from South Africa. Finished the job here. And they are worthy series champions across these 2 events in Canada.
Just over the shoulder.
Just gets thrown to the floor. And Makata, don't see that very often, and here goes Otieno. He tries the offload, but it
Scrum advantage over.
goes loose, and Ronald Brown's onto it. Ronnie B under the post for South Africa. And if you weren't dusting off the series trophy, you certainly are now.
Massive smiles on faces. But we're running out of fear with William Bakker chasing you down, understandably, but this is where it comes from. Otieno is trying his best, of course he's going to, but that's a really good target to the ball from Selvin Davids, and then Brown lurking in the shadows, gets the ball, and he is not going to end up anywhere else but behind the posts.
Ronald Brown converts his own try. He is the top point scorer on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series 2021. What a year it has been for this young man. There he is, well clear at the top.
The fact that there's 3 South Africans in the top 5 just shows how impressive they've been. Understandably, teams around the world perhaps not competing as we would wish, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and South Africa have done that every single game.
Still 90 seconds to go here. That was Darren Adonis flying high. He's knocked it on though.
Send him on, mate.
I do hope we can get this Kenyan party started back down front left of us.
Number 12.
Just standing in that
12.
crowd yesterday, you get an adrenaline boost.
Time off,
I
please.
wonder where you had gone.
Yeah, I was joining the chants.
12 and 9 Kenya.
Jambo, giving it the big jambo to the Kenya fans.
Let's have a look,
Just
little look
number 12
ahead,
or number 9?
perhaps,
Thank you, just wait a
Rob,
second.
to the Cup final, that 33-7. I think it's safe to do that. Great Britain. Repeated the semi-final from last week's gold medal match. Will be here in Edmonton. How did GB find a way to stop this blitzball juggle?
Set. Stay behind the ball. Nice.
Kenya. 55 seconds to go, just the 1 try just before half-time. They've lost possession again. Here's little Sean Williams. Talk about footwork. He's got some cheeky feet, that lad. Murphy. Makata can't hold on to it. Perhaps the pass was a little fast from Murphy. Maybe been intended for Adonis out wide.
Well, masterclass from the South Africans, asking about how you beat them at the moment. I'm not too sure you can. They're looking brilliant right across the board. This Kenya team on a different journey. They're looking good. Weird to see some of their new players in and very experienced shirts. You like the Andrea Monde, famed number 8, looking out the game. What a servant he has been, but this is very much a new team for the Kenyans.
One final chance for Kenya. They'll have match against Canada later on. And look at Soyuz-Wapi, the captain, at 33-7.
That's it, guys.
One monster shot just to see this one out.
And you want a summary of why they are so good at sevens, this is it. They are desperate when they play sevens, and it's one of the best traits they possess.
South Africa are through to the cup final, and they are confirmed as 2021 HSBC 7 Series champions. They have been brilliant over the last 2 weekends, and they will lift the series trophy later on this afternoon here in Edmonton, no matter what happens in the final. But Rob Vickerman, knowing the blitz box, you know in the back of our minds, they won't be happy with that. They will want the gold medal here in Edmonton as well.
They absolutely will. They want that unbeaten status. They've been prolific across these 2 tournaments here in Canada. Remarkable to be here, given the situation, but even more impressive to see how dominant this Blitzbox teams have been. South Africa rightly winners of these 2 legs, and therefore the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series, and nobody the world over can begrudge just how impressive